The truth about pregnancy. 10 things no one tells you. Pregnancy is beautiful, but it's full of surprises no one talks about. From weird cravings to emotional roller coasters, there's a whole lot more to expect than just a growing belly. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Priya and I am 27 weeks pregnant. Being pregnant has been one of the most incredible experiences of my life. But let's be real, it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. So buckle up, grab a snack, if your tummy allows it, and let's dive deep into some interesting pregnancy facts. Okay, let's start with the big one, the exhaustion. You know those pregnancy announcements that say eating for two? Well, add sleeping for two to that list. I was prepared for the third trimester fatigue, but nobody tells you how tired you can feel, even in the first trimester. Seriously, I'd wake up, go to work, come home, and feel like I had just run a marathon. It's like this constant, bone-deep tiredness that just washes over you. At first, I thought something was wrong with me, but then I realized, duh, I'm building a human being in there. Your body is working overtime, creating organs, tissues, little fingers, and toes. So, if you're pregnant and feeling exhausted, give yourself grace. Rest up whenever you can, and don't feel guilty about it for a second. Let's talk about morning sickness, or as I like to call it, the worst-kept secret of pregnancy. Here's the truth. Morning sickness doesn't just happen in the morning. Oh no, my friends. It can strike anytime, anywhere. At work, on the bus, even in your sleep. I remember one time I woke up in the middle of the night feeling so nauseous that I actually had to run to the bathroom. Not exactly the most glamorous pregnancy moment, but hey, it's real life. For me, ginger tea was a lifesaver. Crackers also helped, as did eating small, frequent meals throughout the day. Oh, and don't forget to stay hydrated. That's super important, especially if you're struggling with morning sickness. The key is to find what works for you, and don't be afraid to experiment. And if you're really struggling, don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor. You know that moment when you walk into a room and forget why you're there? Or when you spend 10 minutes searching for your glasses only to realize they're on top of your head? Well, multiply that feeling by 1,000 and you'll have a pretty good idea of what pregnancy brain is like. You become forgetful, easily distracted, and just generally a little bit off. But here's the thing, it's actually kind of hilarious. I mean, I can laugh about it now, but there were times when I was seriously concerned about my mental state. Like the time I put my phone in the fridge, or the time I went to the grocery store and completely forgot what I was supposed to buy. So, if you're experiencing pregnancy brain, don't worry, you're not alone. Just embrace the fog and try to find the humor in it. After all, it's not every day that you get a free pass to be a little bit forgetful. Chapter 4. Surprise, your body is about to change. A lot. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the watermelon in the belly. Your body changes in ways you never thought possible during pregnancy. And I'm not just talking about the obvious stuff like a growing belly and bigger breasts. I'm talking about the unexpected, sometimes weird and often hilarious changes that nobody really prepares you for, like swollen feet. Seriously, my feet were so swollen during my pregnancy that I could barely fit into my flip-flops, and don't even get me started on the skin changes. One minute my skin was clear and glowing, the next I looked like a teenager going through puberty again. Oh, and the hair. Be prepared for hair growth in places you didn't even know you could grow hair. The good news is that most of these changes are temporary and will go back to normal, or at least close to it, after you give birth. Chapter 5. Everyone's a pregnancy expert, except you, apparently. Get ready, because as soon as that baby bump starts to show, everyone you know, and even people you don't know, will suddenly become an expert on pregnancy and parenting. From the well-meaning but slightly annoying advice like make sure you're eating enough, to the downright bizarre suggestions like rubbing a raw egg on your belly to prevent stretch marks. Don't try that at home, folks. Everyone will have an opinion on how you should be handling your pregnancy. Even strangers at the grocery store will weigh in on your baby's future, predicting whether it'll be a boy or a girl based on the shape of your bump. Just smile, nod, and take it all in stride. Remember, you're the one carrying the baby, so ultimately, you get to decide what's best for you and your little one. And if all else fails, you can always politely excuse yourself to go eat a giant bowl of ice cream. Chapter 6. Pickles and ice cream? Oh, the cravings. Let's talk about pregnancy cravings, because let's be real, this is the part we've all been waiting for. Pregnancy cravings are a real thing, and they can be intense. One minute you're craving something sweet. The next you're diving headfirst into a jar of pickles. Personally, I craved the strangest things. For some reason, I couldn't get enough of pickles dipped in peanut butter. I know, it sounds disgusting. But trust me, it was heavenly at the time. I also had a major thing for spicy food. But here's the thing about pregnancy cravings. It's not just about the food itself, it's about what that food represents. It's about comfort, satisfaction, and sometimes, just a little bit of rebellion against the fact that you can't have that second glass of wine. So if you're pregnant and craving something out of the ordinary, go for it. Indulge a little, within reason of course, and enjoy the ride. Chapter 7. Sleep? What's sleep? Remember those blissful nights of uninterrupted sleep? Yeah, those are pretty much a distant memory once you're pregnant. Between the constant need to pee, leg cramps, and discomfort, sleep feels impossible. I remember countless nights tossing and turning, and just when I found a spot, my bladder woke me up. A good pregnancy pillow was a game changer. Experimenting with different sleeping positions helps. Many find sleeping on their side with a pillow between their legs helps. If you're struggling, talk to your doctor. Chapter 8. Buckle up for the emotional roller coaster. Get ready for an emotional roller coaster ride like no other. Pregnancy hormones are no joke, my friends. One minute you're laughing hysterically at a cat meme, the next you're sobbing uncontrollably because you burned the toast. It's like your emotions are on a constant loop-the-loop, and you're just along for the ride. Let yourself feel all the feels, and remember it's okay to ask for help if you need it. Chapter 9. Pregnancy can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be. Here's something that nobody really talks about. Pregnancy can be lonely. Even though you're surrounded by people who love and care about you, there's a certain solitude that comes with carrying a child. And while your partner, family, and friends are incredibly important during this time, it's also crucial to connect with other women who are going through the same thing. Joining a pregnancy support group or online forum can be a lifeline during those moments when you're feeling overwhelmed, isolated, or just plain confused. Trust me, knowing that you're not alone in this journey can make all the difference. Chapter 10. The Unbreakable Bond. The bond you form with your little one, even before they're born, is incredible. From the first flutter, you're responsible for this tiny human being. I remember the first time I felt my baby kick. It felt like a gentle flutter, like a butterfly. And then, the kicks got stronger. It made everything worth it. Embrace every moment of this journey. It's all part of a bigger plan, the gift of motherhood. Outro, you've got this, mama. So there you have it. Those are just a few of the things that nobody really tells you about pregnancy. It's a wild, wonderful, and sometimes downright wacky ride, but it's also the most incredible journey you'll ever go on. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure down pregnancy lane. I hope this video made you laugh, maybe even tear up a little. Hormones, am I right? And most importantly, feel less alone on this crazy, beautiful journey. What's one thing about pregnancy that surprised you? Let me know below. And if you're pregnant, hang in there, mama. You've got this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with other moms to